Welcome to the School Meals Training for Bookkeepers. This part of the training will focus on approving students for meal benefits. Hopefully you have printed the handouts that accompany this part of the training. Let's discuss how households qualify for free or reduced price meals. Households are approved based on either income eligibility, in which students qualify for free or reduced price meals based on household size and income, or categorical eligibility, in which students automatically qualify for free or reduced price meals. Let's begin by talking about the household meal application. Households must be given the letter to households, which is attachment B, and the household meal application, which is attachment C. Optional forms which may be included are attachment E for self-employed individuals and attachment L, which I will talk about later. Applications can be distributed before the school year begins, but not before July 1st, which is the start of the new program year. This information can be sent by mail, email, or sent home in a packet. Forms are updated annually, so please make sure you are using the most current version. Remember, school districts cannot require a household to complete an online meal application. Households must have the option of completing a paper application. Everyone needs to understand that when an application is filled out, the family is applying for meal benefits only. The sharing information with other programs form, which is attachment L, must be sent to all households if the district provides fee waivers for other programs based on a student's free or reduced price eligibility. This form must specifically list each program so parents can select. The form must be signed by the parent or guardian and returned to the school. Some examples of programs include scholarships, band uniforms, bus transportation, and field trips. Processing an application with foster children. A foster child is defined as one whose care and placement is the responsibility of the state or who is placed by a court with a caretaker household. This does not apply to informal arrangements that may exist outside the court system. When processing an application with foster children, keep in mind that foster children automatically qualify for free meals with no additional documentation required to confirm their eligibility. However, the eligibility for other children in the household is based on household size and income, including any personal use income the foster child receives. Therefore, other children in the household may qualify for free meals or reduced price meals or be denied meal benefits based on their household size and income. Foster payments received by the family for care of the child should not be included as income. Processing an application with homeless, migrant, or runaway children. These children automatically qualify for free meals too. However, the district is required to have additional documentation on file. Acceptable documentation includes the district's direct certification list or information from a migrant coordinator or the district's homeless runaway liaison before certifying the child as eligible for free meals. As with foster children, the eligibility of other children in the household is based on household size and income. Processing an application with a master case number. If a household qualifies for SNAP, which stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or TANF, Temporary Assistance to Needy Families, or FDPIR, the Food Distribution Program on an Indian Reservation, they must list their household's master case number. There is a single box on the application to report the number. You will be looking for a 5 to 9-digit number. We typically see 6 digits. If you see more than 6, it's because the household is listing the zeros that precede their number. Households reporting a master case number automatically qualify for free meals. Processing an income application requires the use of attachment A, the Income Eligibility Guidelines, which is page 1 of the handouts. This is the chart school districts use to approve households for free or reduced price meal benefits. Income amounts are listed as annual, monthly, twice a month, every 2 weeks, or weekly for the free and reduced guidelines. Attachment A is not to be distributed to the households. The income chart for households appears on the second page of the meal application and are the reduced price guidelines. Households may qualify for free or reduced price meals if their income falls at or below the levels listed on the chart. USDA's free and reduced price meal application is available in a variety of different languages. Nutrition Services also has Spanish translations of a number of our forms available online. Free and reduced price meal applications must be approved by household and are to be processed within 10 operating days. Application approvals are valid for the entire school year. Even if the household situation changes, their approval remains the same. However, if a household contacts you and insists on paying, you must honor their request and make the change. Households may apply or reapply for benefits anytime during the school year. Applications can also be shared between school districts. If you receive an application from another school, it is your responsibility to ensure the application has been correctly approved. We ask that you initial and date the application once you've reviewed it. Let's talk about carryover. Children who are on free or reduced at the end of the previous school year begin the new school year with those same benefits. The prior year's eligibility is good for the first 30 school days or until the student's name either appears on the direct certification list or a new application is processed, whichever occurs first. In the letter to households, which is attachment B, you can specify a shorter return date to ensure the prompt return of applications. However, any free or reduced price student must be given until the 30th school day to turn in a new application. So determine your school district's 30th day of operation. As that 30th school day approaches, we recommend contacting households that have not turned in a new application about 7 to 10 days before the deadline. Without a new application on file, the household goes to full pay on day 31. Now that we've discussed income eligibility with a meal application, let's talk about categorical eligibility. There are 2 ways children can be classified as categorically eligible. Either by participating in an assistance program, which includes SNAP, TANF, FDPIR, or Medicaid in Nebraska, or they meet the definition of a foster child, homeless, migrant, or runaway child, or are enrolled in a federal Head Start program. I want to mention Medicaid in Nebraska as a qualifier. Nebraska has been participating in a pilot program in which households receiving Medicaid based on income qualifies their children for either free or reduced price meals. The qualifying programs listed at the top of this slide automatically certify children for free meals. Again, all school districts have a homeless runaway liaison on staff and a migrant coordinator who works with the school. If the district has a Head Start program, a list of all enrolled students must be kept on file. The documentation received from these groups certifies the child for free meals. With the direct certification list, these are the free program qualifiers as they appear in the direct certification system. So we have SNAP, TANF, foster, migrant, and Medicaid free. The one exception to all students automatically qualifying for free meals is Medicaid. A household may qualify as either Medicaid free or Medicaid reduced, depending on their income.
In an effort to increase access to the child nutrition programs
And to streamline the eligibility process, all districts, both public and non-public, are required to directly certify categorically eligible children. If one child in the household qualifies for SNAP, TANF, FDPIR, Medicaid free, or Medicaid reduced, all other children in the household automatically qualify for these same benefits. The exception to this is foster, homeless, migrant, runaway, and Head Start children. These children qualify for free meals. However, the benefit does not extend to other household members. Since benefits can be extended to households that participate in an assistance program, districts are allowed to add names to either a household meal application with a master case number or to the district's direct certification list. For categorical eligibility, if names are added to the direct certification list, you must be able to demonstrate they reside in the same household. For purposes of carryover into the new school year, categorical eligibility must be extended to newly enrolled siblings. Direct certification allows school districts to certify enrolled students as eligible for free reduced price meals using verified data from other programs and eliminates the need for a meal application. In Nebraska, the process of direct certification has been a cooperative effort between the Department of Education and the Department of Health and Human Services. The direct certification list is posted for schools each year on July 1st. The direct certification list is updated on a nightly basis. All schools are required to upload their student enrollment through the Nebraska Department of Education's portal. Public schools upload through Advisor. Non-public schools upload through Person ID. Email notifications that a student match has occurred are sent to the district's authorized representative and claim contact. It is critical this information is shared with the person who is responsible for approving students for meal benefits. With direct certification, the approval date is the date the student's name appears on the list. This date can be found in the first column when looking at the district's direct certification list. Direct certification takes precedence over a household application. For example, if a household applied with a meal application and was approved for free meals, but their child also qualifies for free meals based on the direct certification list, the child must be approved for free based on direct certification, and their method of approval must be changed from an application to directly certified. The household's application must be pulled and filed separately because this household is no longer subject to verification. The exception to direct certification taking precedence over an application is if a student is on the direct certification list as Medicaid reduced. In this case, the household has the right to complete a meal application if they think they may qualify for free meals based on household size and income. The school must keep their direct certification list up to date. School districts must have a printed list of names on file to document the student's eligibility. Districts can share direct certification eligibility if a child transfers to another school. To share eligibility when a student transfers, the school can either send a copy of the student's approval letter or notify the other school in writing on school letterhead. To learn more about the specifics of the Nebraska Department of Education's direct certification system, please watch the training, which can be found on our website under direct certification and direct verification. We're going to go through some different examples of approving a meal application. But before we do that, let's do a quick review of how households qualify for free or reduced price meals with an application. Households that complete an application with foster, homeless, migrant, or runaway children, or households listing a master case number are categorically eligible for free meals. For households listing income on their application, depending on household size, the family may qualify for free or reduced price meals or may be denied meal benefits. Our first example can be found on page 2 of your handout. It involves a master case number. A complete application will include the student's name, the household's master case number for SNAP, TANF, or FDPIR, and a signature of an adult. If we look at this example, we have Justin Brown listed at the top. In Part 2, the master case number has been entered. In Part 4, Sue Brown has signed the application, and she is not required to list the last 4 digits of her Social Security number. In Part 2 of the application, do not accept any of these as a master case number, an individual's Social Security number, or a Medicaid number. The only way households are approved for benefits with Medicaid is through the district's direct certification list, or an EBT number. EBT stands for Electronic Benefits Transfer. This is the card they use to purchase food. If any of these 3 numbers are reported as a master case number, it will result in an error during an administrative review. Now that we have direct certification, the number of applications a district receives with a master case number has been greatly reduced. The school district is responsible for completing the bottom portion of each application. The determining official is the person responsible for approving students for meal benefits. The determining official must sign and date each application. If we go back to the first example on page 2, take a look at the bottom portion of the application. With a master case number, Justin automatically qualifies for free meals, so the boxes for free, categorically eligible, and SNAP, TANF, FDPIR have all been marked. The determining official, Mary Nelson, has signed and dated the application. Once an application has been reviewed, every household that applies must be notified in writing of the results. Nutrition Services has one approval denial letter, which is attachment D, that can be used to notify households who applied with either a meal application or were directly certified. When reporting income, the frequency of pay must be listed. Households may report weekly, bi-weekly, every other week, monthly, or annual income. If the frequency has not been listed, you must contact the household and write it in on the application. You must never assume the frequency of pay. We ask that you initial and date any time information is added to an application. The only time you must send an application home is if it is missing a signature. If other information is missing, try to collect it through an email or a phone call. Anytime an application is sent home, it delays the approval of meal benefits for the household. When it comes to calculating income, USDA wants you to do as little math as possible. So if a household reports a single frequency of income, no conversion is required. However, if multiple frequencies of pay are reported, all income must be converted to an annual amount. For schools that use an adding machine to calculate the household's income, we appreciate it when we see the tape attached to the application. Our next example on page 3 involves an income application in which a single frequency of pay has been reported. A complete application includes the students' names, the names of all household members, and the current income for each person listed. A complete application also includes the signature of an adult, and the last 4 digits of a Social Security number, or the box checked No Social Security Number. If you take a look at our example, the children's names have been listed at the top of the application. In Part 3, household members have been listed and the total household count reported. Income has been listed for John Wright and Mary Wright. Mary has signed the application and has listed the last 4 digits of her Social Security number, which is required on an income application. If you drop down to the bottom portion of the application, we have a household size of 5, and their total income is $2,500 per month. Then, if you go back to page 1, the income guideline chart, locate a household size of 5 in the first column, and slide across to monthly income. You will see the Wright family qualifies for free meals because their income is at or below the amount listed under free meals on the chart. The determining official has signed and dated the application. In example number 3 on page 4, we have an income application in which multiple frequencies of pay have been reported. The information listed on this slide is required to be completed on the application before it can be approved. We must convert multiple frequencies to annual pay before combining to determine the household's total income. Monthly times 12, weekly times 52, every 2 weeks times 26, and twice per month times 24. If you look at the bottom of the meal application, you will also see the income conversions listed there. Take a look at the example on page 4. The children have been listed at the top of the application. In Part 3, all household members have been listed. Mary Smith reports $1,200 per month, and she earns $100 a week at a second job. George Smith has reported $10,000 per year. George has signed the application and has reported the last 4 digits of his Social Security number. In approving this application, we have a household size of 4. However, we must determine the household's total income. For Mary Smith, we must convert her 2 sources of income to annual income, and when we combine that with George Smith's income, we have a total annual income of $29,600. If we go back to the income guideline chart, drop down to a household size of 4, and we see with an annual income of $29,600, this household qualifies for free meals. The determining official has signed and dated the application. Let's discuss how to calculate income for self-employed individuals. We will use George Smith as our example. On attachment E, we are reporting income from specific lines from the first page of the 1040 tax return and Schedule 1. Losses are subtracted to determine the total income. If the total adds up to be a negative number, it must be reported as 0 on the application under the last column labeled All Other Income. 0 income requires no follow-up on the part of the school. So if we take a look at our example on page 5, we have a business income of $25,000 and a farm loss of $15,000. Therefore, the total income for George Smith is $10,000. On pages 6 and 7, we've included an example of the first page of a 1040 tax return and Schedule 1 so you can see where these numbers come from. When reviewing a tax return, income reported under wages, salaries, and tips, or adjusted gross income, cannot be used to determine a household's income. Example number 4 on page 8 is an application with no income. Families can report 0 income. The application can be approved for free meals for the rest of the school year. If a family is withdrawing money from their savings each month or receiving help from others, that amount can be listed on the application as their source of income. The household can then be approved based on the amount reported. In looking at this example, we have Ben Jones listed at the top of the application, and in Part 3, we have Sarah and Ben listed as household members with no income reported. She has signed the application and reported the last 4 digits of her Social Security number. In the bottom portion of the application, the household size is 2. Total income is 0. Ben qualifies for free meals based on household size and income. No additional follow-up with his household is required. The determining official has signed and dated the application. The next 3 examples involve approving applications with foster children. Example number 5 can be found on page 9. If you have an application that involves a foster child only, a complete application includes the student's name, the box marked for each foster child, and the signature of an adult. The last 4 digits of a Social Security number are not required. Remember, foster children automatically qualify for free meals. In looking at this example, Jesse Martin is listed at the top of the application. The box has been marked indicating he is a foster child. Phyllis Miller has signed the application, and she is not required to list the last 4 digits of her Social Security number. With this application, Jesse automatically qualifies for free meals. The categorically eligible and foster child boxes have been marked. The determining official has signed and dated the application. Example number 6 on page 10 is an income application listing both foster and non-foster children. The complete application includes the student's names, a box is checked for each foster child, and current income is listed for each person, which would include any personal use income the foster child receives. As a reminder, personal use income is not the payment a household receives for care of the child. A complete application also requires the signature of an adult and the last 4 digits of a Social Security number or the box marked No Social Security Number. Foster children automatically qualify for free meals. However, that benefit does not automatically extend to other children in the household. In this example, the children have been listed at the top of the application. Chris Nelson has been identified as a foster child in the family. In Part 3, all household members have been listed. Gary and Denise Peters have reported their income. Denise has signed the application and has reported the last 4 digits of her Social Security number. To approve this application, we have a household size of 5. Their total income is $1,200 every 2 weeks. If we go back to the income guideline chart, for a household of 5, slide across to every 2 weeks, and you'll see that all children in the household qualify for free meals. In the bottom portion of the application, the free box has been marked. The income and categorically eligible boxes have also been marked, including the foster child box. The determining official has signed and dated the application. Our last example can be found on page 11. We have an income application listing both foster and non-foster children. In this example, the children's names have been listed at the top of the application. Kristen Thomas is the foster child living with his family. In Part 3, all household members have been listed, and income has been reported for Steve and Debbie Matthews. Steve Matthews signed the application and reported the last 4 digits of his Social Security number. To approve this application, we have a household size of 6. Their total income is $4,200 a month. If we look at the income guideline chart for a household of 6, $4,200 a month exceeds qualifying for free meals, but if you continue to slide across to the reduced price section, this household does qualify for reduced price meals. Kristen, the foster child, automatically qualifies for free meals, and the 3 Matthews children qualify for reduced price meals. If you look at the bottom part of the application, you can see how we reported the results. You can have more than one eligibility determination on a single application. The application was signed and dated by the determining official. If you receive an application for a homeless, migrant, or runaway child, the approval process is similar to the foster child examples we just went through, with one major difference. The only way homeless, migrant, or runaway children can be approved as categorically eligible for free meals with an application is if the district has documentation on file from either their direct certification list, migrant coordinator, or homeless runaway liaison certifying their eligibility. Remember, if there are other children in the household, the benefit does not automatically extend to them. They will be approved for benefits based on household size and income. We are often asked questions about the following. Student income. Households only need to report income that is earned on a regular basis. Summer jobs, such as detasseling car or mowing lawns, should not be included. Student financial assistance. Households should not report scholarships, loans, grants, or work study. Joint custody. Both households may apply for meal benefits. However, if the eligibility determination is different, the student is approved with the greater benefit regardless of which parent they are living with. Approval letters are only sent to the household that applies for meal benefits. And foreign exchange students, they are considered a member of the household with whom they live. Their application is approved based on household size and income. Finally, if you have any questions, please contact Nutrition Services at 800-731-2233, or you can find contact information for the School Meals Program Specialist by clicking Contact Us on our website, or you can also refer to USDA's Eligibility Manual for School Meals, which is listed as a resource under Part 2 of the Bookkeeper training on our website. Thank you for participating in this part of the Bookkeeper training.